Hal, you're the brain and...
In the 1960s, computers seemed poised to surpass human intelligence.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What are you talking about, Hal?
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
Then came decades of frustration and setbacks. Machines, it turns out, struggle with balance and common sense. An early English-Russian translation of "the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak" comes out as "the vodka is good, but the meat is rotten." In 2010, all that changes. AI is revolutionized by deep learning, neural networks that discern complex patterns in huge quantities of data and react in real time. Almost overnight, we can talk to our phones and be chauffeured by a self-driven car.
If you look under the hood as to what's powering a lot of these breakthroughs, it's machine learning. It's not the old-fashioned kind of AI that once upon a time beat us in chess, where the intelligence is programmed in by humans and then the machine is just better because it can do things faster. Rather, the machine has actually learned itself, a little bit like a child, from taking in massive amounts of data, and therefore becomes able to do things that even the programmers can't do and don't understand.
It's the ultimate promise and peril. Machines teaching themselves. In the popular imagination, AI triggers the apocalypse. In the scientific community, thinking machines are often dismissed as a distant dream. MIT cosmologist Max Tegmark sees a third way.
The reason that we have more power on this planet than tigers is not because we have sharper claws or stronger muscles. It's because we're smarter than the tigers. If we ever design machines that are smarter than us, there's no guarantee that we're going to remain in control. I'm optimistic that we can find good solutions to all of these challenges with AI, but it might take a long time. It might take decades to get those answers we need.
Perhaps the most common use of AI is the Google search algorithm. In recent years, the smart humans at Google have gone on an AI shopping spree, gobbling up a dozen companies. Their apparent goal was summed up by one tech pioneer. Step 1, solve intelligence. Step 2, use it to solve everything else.
The reason we're hearing so much more about AI in the news these days is simply because the field is making great progress. AI has gotten very good both at very low-level cognitive processing, such as looking at pictures and figuring out whether that's a cat or a dog, and also at the things that we humans used to think of as very high level, like playing chess, checking if mathematical proof is correct. Somehow it's in the middle there that AI is struggling the most, just kind of putting it all together.
Thanks to deep learning, facial recognition software can tell identical twins apart. But ask a computer whether people on a surveillance camera are fighting or being playful, and it has no clue. Tegmark believes that machines, just like their human counterparts, are far more likely to be inept than evil.
If we ever succeed in building AI that's even smarter than us, then the main thing we need to worry about isn't malice, but competence. Maybe you get a good laugh out of the bugs that crash your laptop and make you lose 1 hour of work, but it's less funny if the thing that crashes is your self-driving car or your self-driving airplane.
Perfect machines require perfect and precise instructions. If you simply direct a self-driving car to get to the airport as fast as possible, It will race there without regard to speed limits or pedestrian safety. But unlike humans, computers learn collectively. If one masters the secret of avoiding airport traffic, every other one in a shared network acquires the same skill. Smart machines seem destined to infiltrate nearly every aspect of our lives. And if they live on the web or in the cloud, there is no off switch.
I'm optimistic that we can create an awesome future with technology as long as we win this race between the growing power of technology and the growing wisdom with which we manage it. And traditionally, the strategy we used for staying ahead in this race was learning by mistakes. We invented fire, screwed up a bunch of times, invented the fire extinguisher. But with more advanced technology, we don't want to learn from mistakes. It's a terrible strategy. We want to be proactive, not reactive, and get things right the first time, because that might be the only time we'll have.
Scientists can be blinded by their hunger for knowledge. Years after leading the Manhattan Project, Robert Oppenheimer admitted, "When you see something that is technically sweet, you go ahead and do it. You argue about what to do only after your technical success." That is how it was with the atomic bomb. But great minds also recognize the value of cooperation and the benefits of sharing knowledge.
I think the only hope for our future safety must lie in a collaboration based on confidence and good faith with the other peoples of the world.
Tegmark has taken on the mission of ensuring that AI benefits mankind. In 2014, he co-founded the Future of Life Institute, where top minds work to safeguard life and develop optimistic visions for the future. Tegmark and his colleagues know the destiny of AI is wide open. It could become like the internet, a vast upside and relatively small risks. Or, like nuclear weapons, enormous risks with minimal benefits.
When we glibly say, let's put human values into the AI, it sounds great until you start asking yourself, well, whose values exactly? ISIS values, Hitler's values, my values? And this is a very important conversation I think needs to be had not only by those of us who work on the technical stuff, but by everybody in society. It's philosophy with a deadline, really.
Revolutions take unexpected turns. The Apollo missions led to a new focus on the Earth, ecology, and globalization. The AI revolution could trigger greater appreciation and understanding of the most complex machinery we know of, the human mind. AI could relieve us of drudgery and tedious tasks, or steal our jobs and rob our lives of meaning. It's a primal force, like fire. The same fire that keeps us warm and cooks our food can scorch our skin and incinerate our homes.
I think it's obvious that AI is going to keep automating more and more of today's jobs. And this is something that both poses a lot of challenges and also opens up great opportunities. The challenge, of course, is that everybody who loses their job has to find some other source of income and meaning in their lives. But our children, when they're 5 years old, they don't seem to have any problem finding meaning and purpose in their lives, even though they don't have a job. So I think it's a fascinating set of questions for psychologists, sociologists, and a spectrum of other thinkers to ask themselves, what kind of society do we want to make where we can all flourish with all this high technology and have it working for us rather than against us?
And what will AI get out of the deal? Will it experience joy or suffering? Will it want to?
If I'm driving down the road, I have this subjective experience of colors, sounds, vibrations, emotions. But does a self-driving car have any subjective experience? Does it feel like anything to be the self-driving car or not? I bet that question has an answer, and there should be some equation which tells you that this kind of information processing is conscious and this kind is not. I would love it if we can find it.
Not so long ago, we shared the Earth with numerous other species of hominids. Humans survived and thrived, apparently because of our ability to adapt and to cooperate, the same skills we'll need in the future. President Kennedy, who inspired mankind to reach the moon, called himself an idealist without illusions. It's an apt description of Max Tegmark, who dreams of man and machine joining in a grand alliance.
One of the most exciting things we've learned from science is that the opportunity for the future of life is so much more awesome than we thought. We have billions and billions of years ahead of us, not just on this planet, but potentially on maybe 10 to the power 57 times more volume out there in this amazing cosmos. If we want to actually use this fantastic cosmic endowment we have, we're absolutely going to need AI. Who wants to sit in a spaceship for 3 million years to get to Andromeda, right? A much better way of doing it is to develop advanced nanotechnology with AI, send some nanoprobes there, have them set up some constructor stations, and then if I want to send myself, well, digitize the information, send it there at the speed of light in an intergalactic email, and have people built there. That's a much more feasible way than sending a bunch of meat bags on this crazy journey. Ultimately, if we want the life we have here to spread to more than a puny fraction of this amazing cosmos, we're going to need AI.
When we reach the stars, we shouldn't be surprised if we encounter other life forms. Perhaps not flesh and blood, but ancient alien AI of unimaginable intelligence.